Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. Go to our website, badmovienightpodcast.com, to watch our show and to listen to other episodes of our podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another very exciting episode of the Bad Movie Night podcast. My name is Chris, and tonight we're talking about the 2007 fantasy movie, Harpies.
You got a deal.
Very soon we will travel to the future to conquer new kingdoms, my love.
Deja vu all over again.
We are back, guys. We did have a slight technical issue the first time recording. Todd failed us at his duties, and we lost all of the interesting and very thoughtful banter that accompanied this episode.
Probably some of the highest quality stuff
some of the best stuff you've heard in literally maybe ever. Unfortunately, it is all gone, and I feel like looking at Spiv's scowl of disappointment, we will not try and do any banter this episode. We are walking on thin ice. Todd, however, this episode did not start it by yelling at us at the beginning like he did last week. So I do feel a little bit better. But I feel like he is quite on edge, and that could change at any moment. Give it time.
I think Todd has bangs.
He's got things going on, and it's just things that shouldn't be spoken of.
Not even to mention the stuff that's on top of his head.
Todd, you understand that we live in a society, and there are just certain expectations of people who participate in this society.
That is amazing. You
look like Magneto. you're Todd Nito. But instead of bending metal, you have magic card references? What? I don't
get that at all.
That's your magic power.
Although I do have a magic card right here.
Yeah, of course you do. Fair enough. You're like Gambit.
You never know when you'll need one.
Hey, Spiv, it's a German one also.
That's pre-show content, Todd.
All right, guys. No time for banter. Let's get into it. Tonight, we're talking about the 2007 movie Harpies. It has Stan Lee's name on it for some fucking reason. We'll get to it. Todd, what is Harpies about? I got something going on. You feel it in my neck? It's a burp or something?
Are you
That's a goiter stuck in there.
I feel like I got
popping out.
My goiters.
Like you have a heart attack over there?
Your testes have ascended.
If you put salt on goiters, that makes them go away, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like a slug.
So wrong.
Lives with me. I think that's how it works. Salt them up real good.
On the outside of your skin, too.
Inside, outside. Worst thing is
it's in there.
A nice brine always makes something taste better anyways. I'm not saying you're going to eat your goiter, but it's a possibility. I don't know how we got here.
Just in general, I don't
Just
know
kind of waiting for Todd to start doing his premise hole.
Okay, I got this.
On Sci-Fi Channel, coming to you.
Coming Saturday night.
And Sci-Fi Origin.
In a museum.
Anybody seen Ben Stiller?
A bunch of people break in and start messing with an old artifact and obelisk.
Yes, my obelisk. Yeah.
Before we know it, the cop is kicked back to 1,000 years ago, and he's got to fight a bunch of harpies.
No.
But thankfully, he has his guns.
But before he comes back to present time, he has to help everyone deal with the evil villain in Harpies.
Yeah.
Rated R for Stephen Baldwin, because he's weird and gross.
And rated R for the sound effects.
Rated R for the smell of alcohol. Todd, that was really good. Really solid. You're just trimming these ones down, getting rid of words that aren't necessary anymore. Cop back time. I like it.
Exactly.
It's trimming the fat in ways that I appreciate.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite end of that spectrum, we have Aaron, who just adds words to make the history hole as long as possible. Right? So
hey, where I'm saving
I don't
time,
talk good.
yeah, we're Todd saving time. You're just spreading it out. Like
I would argue that you ramble on pointlessly about stupid things constantly throughout the podcast, therefore rendering your argument ineffective.
I bet if I wasn't on the podcast,
Dude, you already talked about a goiter for 3 minutes.
It would be about 23 minutes
Oh,
long.
yes. So true. It's so boring.
It would be 5
So
minutes.
boring.
So Todd, did you like the movie? No, I didn't really like the movie.
How about you?
No, not really.
Okay, guys, next week we're gonna watch.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, though, we'd have a lot more iTunes reviews. Anyways, let's move on. Aaron,
Yeah, what's going
can
on?
we take a moment, perhaps get up in your obelisk and travel back to a wayward time of pig farming and things of the such, as they say in the land of yonder, and do that with your history hole?
I think so.
All right.
For Aaron's history hole.
Alrighty. So,
You jumped the gun on that. It wasn't even done with my corn mode, and you were like already getting started. I didn't even get to see Monkey getting that bass as low as he fucking could, or the guitar, or whatever it was.
yeah.
Yeah, that whole like crab bang.
I'm sorry. That's so condescending. That was so condescending. Yeah.
I know. I'll move the mic away. You're good. Go ahead. Talk.
We got it.
I know everybody's so excited to talk about Stan Lee's Harpies. Let's get into it.
I don't think anybody's excited to talk about this film, but we are going to talk about it. So yeah, Stan Lee's Harpies. As far as I could tell, the only thing Stan Lee did was produce the film. I'm not sure if that meant he actually showed up and did anything, or if he just tried to get it on the market somehow, get it in there. Even though it's a sci-fi
can we put your
film,
name
so
on this? We'll give you.
Sci-Fi bought this.
Yeah, they gave him money to put his name on it.
Yeah, basically, I think so. So this was released June 23rd in 2007. It was a TV movie for the Sci-Fi Channel, pre-Syfy days.
Back in the good old days when
maybe-
Battlestar Galactica was on, man, that show was fucking awesome.
Pre-Syphilus. Battlestar Galactica was amazing. Why don't we just watch that?
They're remaking it. They're making it as a new Battlestar Galactica.
Damn it. Hopefully they don't mess it up.
That'd be like
All right,
can't mess it up.
Gen, man.
So, some other movies released that month were Knocked Up,
Okay.
Hostel Part 2.
I like the first one.
Yeah, first one was okay. 1408.
The one with John Cusack.
Yeah, it's the Stephen King
Cusack?
hotel.
Cusack?
It's a crazy
Room
movie.
1408. Yeah.
Huge
Yep.
sack?
You want to say it again?
No.
Okay. Live
Huge
free
sack?
He got you good.
live free or
Bar
huge
of
sack.
Live free or buy a chair from Bruce Willis?
Live free or die hard.
Okay.
Free or buy a chair.
Which is pretty much it's the campaign slogan. I'm not gonna go there. Daywatch, which is a Russian insanity film, which we are going to cover sometime.
Well, that's the sequel to Night Watch, right? Is that a sequel? I think that's the sequel.
I don't know. I don't care. All
They're
I saw
good
was
movies.
some crazy video clips, and we should definitely watch this film. So, highest grossing movies from 2007. Some of these approached nearly $1 billion. Keep that in mind, considering how the movie market is at the moment. Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End.
Okay.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Right.
Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter. Spider-Man
We should
3.
all do our favorite. We should all do our favorite person saying Harry Potter.
Like,
and then guess who it is.
Harry Potter. I'm going to do it as Sean Connery. I slapped Harry Potter.
My favorite is Chris.
What? You're a wizard,
You're
Harry?
a wizard, Harry.
That's Hagrid. That's good shit.
I know.
You're a wizard, Harry.
No, but you're only allowed to say Mr. Potter.
Oh, well, who am I supposed to do it as? Mr.
Whoever you want.
Potter?
Yeah, who was that? We have to guess now.
That was Grimly Diffenborf. I don't know who that is.
That's not even a real person.
That sounds like one, right?
Really different morph.
All right, moving on. Shrek the Third, Transformers, Ratatouille, Am
Ratatouille.
Legend.
That's a fantastic movie.
Yes, Ratatouille's pretty cool. The Simpsons Movie and National Treasure, Book of Secrets.
Never saw it.
Spider Pig, Spider Pig.
Does whatever a spider pig does. Our director for this film was Josh Becker. He has 27 director's credits, best known for Running Time, Alien Apocalypse, Lunatics, A Love Story, and 2 of which star Bruce Campbell. He was also played Fake Shemp in Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
He also directed a shit ton of Xena Warrior Princess.
Yes, yeah, TV stuff too.
Sci-fi connection.
Which starts making sense, right? All the numbers are starting to add up.
So much Xena.
All comes together.
It's all coming together.
Our writer was Declan O'Brien.
Yeah, it's a real person.
It's a good Irish name.
Declan. Yeah,
Declan
I don't
O'Brien.
like that name.
Sounds fake. Sounds fake.
Declan
The
O'Brien.
Harpies are after me gold.
You're a wizard, Declan.
Do you know why this movie failed? Because
so many ways.
that woman is not Tara Reid. If that was Tara Reid, this would make that would just complete the whole thing. That's the part of the equation that's missing, right?
That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Spibs on my level. He understood.
All right, so he had 15 writing credits for Joyride 3, Wrong Turn 4 and 5. He directed sci-fi masterpieces like Sharktopus and Monster Ark.
Sharktopus just sounds like vulgar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crocataint or something, you know what I mean?
All right, this is a good segment here.
Guys,
Pick an animal
Oh no, it's the crocodile.
and make the name as obscene as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. Got any other ones? No? Okay. Crocataint's pretty good. I don't know if you top that.
I don't know.
There's no top on that one.
That's gonna be tough to top.
That was pretty impressive, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, our cinematography was by Ivo Pietchev.
The guy who sat the camera there and let it run. I guess
Yeah.
that was cinematography in this movie.
Well, to be fair, he's best known for his work as a camera operator. So he's done
TV
work for
shows.
films. Like the movies like The Fourth Kind, Hellboy 2019 version. I didn't know that existed. I don't know why they needed to make that.
It's Neil Marshall, too. It was highly disappointing because I like Neil Marshall.
I like Neil Marshall, but what was wrong with
Del
Guillermo del Toro's?
Nothing.
All right, The Hitman's
They were
Bodyguard, Hunter Killer, and a ton of sci-fi movies. AKA sci-fi movies. Our music was Jean-Michel Guerrero.
Nice.
He's 13 credits. Best known for something I didn't know existed, but I kind of want to check it out. Alienators Evolution Continues, which is a cartoon show based on Evolution, the movie.
What?
Yeah.
Does David Duchovny do a voice?
I don't know who does the voices. I didn't look it up, but I want to check it out.
Dude, David Duchovny. I just watched that new Craft movie, and he's in it. It looks like a guy skinned David Duchovny and wore his face in a creepy way. Like, he is fucking weird looking now.
He's old,
In
man.
a way that I kind of respect and go for when I'm older, where I can
Like-
just
I love how we said he wears it in a creepy way.
He's just
there's
Hank
an
extra
uncreepy
moody.
way to skin someone's
he looks
face
like
and
he's an
wear it on
alien.
You know, the way you just
impersonating.
walk down the street wearing someone else's face.
Yeah, like I'm into it. Like he's like an alien impersonating David Duchovny at this point. It's really good shit.
So who's
I
Mitch
would
Have
never
McConnell?
right.
plastic
Yeah.
surgery, or he's just not aging well.
A little category A, category B, I think, adding up in ways that just don't work.
He's not aging well, so he had plastic surgery.
His eyes have drooped down so low that he can't see. It's just there's just stuff going on, and it's good. I love everything about it.
Okay.
What are you saying?
I want to look it up a picture. I need to see this. I want to see what this looks like.
I'll look it up. You keep going. You keep going. You're doing great.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. He also did music for Stargate Infinity and Sonic Underground. So, some movies to check out for this week. We have Savage Planet from 2007.
Oh, shit.
A team of scientists explore a new planet and find much more than expected.
That is so vague. I don't know if I've ever
Looking
heard.
for hope. They found terror.
Looking for love in all.
What if you were looking for terror,
places.
though? and they found hope.
Well, they found it.
It's a
found
heartwarming
love.
story on Lifetime Originals.
We have Cyclops from 2008. This is for Todd. The corrupt Emperor Tiberius forces his bravest general, Marcus, to subdue the monstrous Cyclops that has been decimating the countryside.
Pretty standard story.
Pretty
It's got
sure
the
I
clops.
saw that. Look at that font though. They added the embossing like that. Oh
Got
my
Eric
god,
Roberts.
it's so classy. Look at that.
You
That
know it's
font
gonna-
doesn't go.
You know what's going to happen? The person who couldn't throw the javelin in the beginning of the movie is finally going to learn how to, and his javelin is going to pierce the only eye that the Cyclops has, and that's how the Cyclops will fall and
Well,
finally
we
be
don't need to
defeated.
watch that one.
Look at that saggy face. Look at
He's
all
just
this right
old.
here.
He's
Oh
smiling.
my god, it's all collapsing. The whole
How old is he?
charade is collapsing before you.
Is that his granddaughter?
Who takes selfies with Polaroids?
It's not
David
very good.
Duchovny does.
Yeah.
Dude, he's 60.
Yeah. But he's trying to pull off like 45. It's just not working. I'm just saying. I'm not here to judge. Clearly, I'm not here to judge.
You're not here to judge?
No, but we definitely need to watch Cyclops. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. All right, so we have Nostradamus. This sounds so stupid. This is from 2000. A policeman must stop a medieval cult who planned to bring about Armageddon by summoning the spirit of Nostradamus.
So it's End of Days, but with Nostradamus instead of the devil.
I guess so.
Sweet. Is Arnold in it?
I hope so.
Or
If
is it
not, we're
Rob
gonna edit him
Estes
in there.
or something?
It's
Who
what?
is- What's the guy?
Estes.
Rob Estes is Nostradamus.
Believe in me
Who
and
else
see
is
the
in it?
future.
Does that say Jolly Fisher?
Joelle.
Rob Estes from 1991 Silk Stockings. Stockings.
And finally, we have that one we talked about a little bit ago, Daywatch.
Yeah.
This movie
Ooh,
looks
that's a cool
insane.
cover.
It's like the Matrix meets medieval stuff meets like 3 minutes of an
Yeah.
RX-8 Mazda driving on the side of a building and
Yeah.
rolling inside the wind.
I've never
It
seen
looks-
it.
It
It's
looks
a sequel.
amazing. It's a
It's
Russian
a s-
film.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to Night Watch, which I
Whatever.
enjoyed when that came out.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not seen this, but it looks absolutely insane.
I think they got like big budgets. Or it could be wrong.
9 million, I think, is what it was.
Oh, really? That's it?
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. This one's 4 million.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
Russian film.
Wow,
but-
4 million Russians, like, do the conversion rate. You know what I'm saying, Todd?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally know what you're saying. Do you know
Todd
what
knows
the
what-
do you know what the unit of currency is in Russia?
Rubles. Shocked you, didn't I?
I was
Listen,
surprised.
Dumbfounded. Yeah,
I
fucking
don't-
dumbfounded.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, say nothing.
Episode over. Drop the mic.
Aaron is like getting angry tonight. Did you eat dinner? You're so hangry right now, or something.
Why do you think I'm hangry? Why
Wow,
does
you
everybody
keep
think I'm
yelling
angry?
You keep yelling at me.
What are you talking about?
You heard it. Everybody heard it. Do the Twitter poll. Everybody knows Aaron yelled at me.
Do the Twitter poll. Hey, I have an analogy for you. Stephen Baldwin is to alcohol as Tara Reid is to
Cocaine.
Bad plastic surgery.
I don't know. I was wondering what you would fill in there.
I don't
What-
know.
what
Just
do you-
kind of
what's
sadness.
this?
Sadness, maybe. I don't know.
Sadness.
I hear she's a really nice person though, but it's just like her career tanked, and
Did-
like
did
she's
she
in
have
so
a
many
career?
of those bad movies like that where, yeah, she had a career.
I mean,
She,
other than
Dude, she was in
American Pie or whatever.
No, she was in that Alone in the Dark movie.
She had like major drug issues, didn't she?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
That's sad.
She's in the Big Lebowski? I don't remember that.
Okay, that's all I got. I don't know what the hell we're rambling on about here.
Oh, I was just looking up Tara Reid because we're going to start Readtober next month, so better get all
Better
invested
get
in that.
reading.
Better get reading. Aaron, that was a great history hole, even though I'm not quite sold on your whole attitude you have tonight, but it's okay. We're letting it go. We're moving on. We're going to continue on with the show anyways. Thank you for that history hole, Aaron.
You're welcome, Chris.
Exactly. Thank you.
Join the Patreon, $2 a month, and you get some stuff.
Hey everyone, go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow and sign up for $2 a month. You get access to the weekly pre-show as well as other bonus podcasts and videos. Patreon.com/badmovienightshow. All right. Time to talk about Harpies. Let's see here first. Rebecca, what did you think of Harpies?
Oh, goodness. It was just bad. The acting was bad. The CGI was bad. The story was bad. Just bad.
No mention of Stephen Baldwin being bad.
Well, he's part of the acting being bad.
But at least he's something to look at. All right, I was trying. All right, cool. Spiv, what'd you think?
I think that Stephen Baldwin was the best actor in this movie.
Oh, God.
That is saying
That's
quite
really
a bit.
saying something.
It has been a long time since we saw a movie with acting that was this bad. I mean, his security guard friend.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, hey, God, you can't come in after 7. Don't show me your gun again, because you'll get in trouble. I'll have to write you up. Don't make me call the police. Dude,
Spiv, you could have been in this movie.
I could have.
You got chops, son. You got chops.
So you're saying I'm an actor? Yeah, no, it was bad, even for a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were trying to go for an Army of Darkness vibe, I think.
Well, plot at least, yeah.
Plot and maybe feel. I mean, there was some comedy in it. But yeah, no, it just did not land.
Yeah, what did he say? When it was supposed to be groovy, he said, like, I wrote it down, I can't find it. Nifty. There was a scene where he's trying to be badass and where it would turn and Ash would say,
Nifty.
Groovy. Yeah, that scene where Ash says groovy. It's so badass because, you know, Bruce Campbell's awesome. Instead, it's Stephen Baldwin, half drunk, going, Nifty.
Half drunk.
Nifty.
Yeah, he's full drunk. I would agree with Rebecca on that one.
Aaron, what'd you think?
I mean, I kind of had really low expectations going into this, saw that it was a sci-fi film for the Sci-Fi Channel, so I knew it was going to be cheese fest, very self-aware of how stupid it was. The goddamn sound, man. I can't. The Harpies, just the every time they were on the film, I wanted to just poke out my brain with a spoon. It's like Donald Duck meets a tremolo or something. I don't know what the hell the sound effect is, but it's painful. And I just don't understand it.
Duck meets a
like what? And all it's yeah, it's just so bad.
It's like a Hailstorm song now.
Good.
It does. It really does. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. It definitely feels like a Army of Darkness ripoff, but without any of the charm.
Okay. Todd.
I just I'm gonna lay you down a hot take here, Chris.
Lay it on the line.
This is why we're here.
This is why we're here.
Oh,
this
we got
movie,
a fan.
This movie is why we're here.
Okay.
This movie was so fucking bad. Acting was bad. Everything. There was nothing good about this movie, but it was so bad that I was entertained. This is the kind of movie that we would watch in your basement. This is the kind of movie that we would laugh the whole time. You do need to watch this with people. The only complaint I would have is this. This is a relatively short movie that feels like it's about 9 hours long.
Okay, all right. I was wondering where you were going there.
There's got to be something wrong with the pacing. I don't understand that part yet. I'm not a movieologist. It's less than an hour and a half, but it felt like 9 hours. That's my only complaint. Other than that, everything was so bad, that's what we signed up for.
Yeah. I don't think of myself as technically a smart person, but this movie made me feel dumb watching this. Like, I feel dumber after having watched this movie. It was offensively bad.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't understand because I was trying to look for like budgets and it wasn't available. But I've watched tons of low budget movies at this point. And you can make a really good Primer was made for $7,000. And you know why that movie's good? Because the story was good.
Mm.
And this is like, this is so low effort on every conceivable level that I'm sort of with Todd. But it's not so much that they're in a bad movie. I like when people try and they fail in awful ways just because they couldn't do what they tried. But at least they tried. In this, it's like, we don't give a fuck on any level. Nobody involved cares. Point the camera. Steven fucking, what's his face?
The story was that bad.
Okay, but have you seen Army of Darkness?
No.
It's the third Evil Dead movie. It is this story. Ash gets sent back to a medieval time, fights monsters, blah, 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 blah. That's why, like, to me, the story was annoying.
But I think that's funny that they did that, and none of the actors gave a shit. Nobody tried.
Yeah.
That, like, to the point that they actively tried not to try. It seems like it was so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it started to get depressing. Like, Stephen Baldwin started to depress me watching
his
this.
speech gets more slurred throughout the movie the further you get into it. That's why it feels like 9 hours.
I'm
By
just
the end, he's
gonna
like,
sit here and die.
It's nifty.
It's so nifty, guys.
Nifty.
But when they were like doing the scenes where he was eating, he was like super into it. He's like,
I haven't eaten in days.
and all those like misogynistic shit he said were just
Oh my
improv
God.
lines from him because
I'm going to take a nap.
dirtbag.
You going to join me?
Actually, I have no idea what Stephen Baldwin's like as a person, but I can say from this movie, it feels like he did not try at all. Like, everything.
To be fair, there's not a whole hell of a lot to work with.
This is the thing, though, Aaron. Put Rutger Hauer in this role. I guarantee you he would have gave it his all and would have elevated the movie in a way. Right?
You're right,
Yeah,
Chris.
this movie had no charm.
Mm-mm. There's no one to like.
There's one scene that I laughed. And we can get into the plot, but there's a scene where they make a trebuchet and they accidentally launch it and hit a guy in a like,
bring out your dead.
That was funny.
That part was pretty good. Yeah.
And
We're just
charming.
going to aim it a little bit more that way.
That reminds me of the last time I played golf.
That reminds me of somebody just found plans for a trebuchet and they needed to make a movie around it,
And
this
they
is
didn't
what
think
they
of
came up with.
scaling it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll get to it, but that trebuchet was definitely made from like pressure
Paper
treated
mache.
wood bought at
Paper
Lowe's.
mache.
So like, I don't know how that worked. But
Dude, when I was going to get physical therapy for my hip, like they have to talk to you a lot because you're like there for an hour
yeah,
getting worked on it. You have to.
They
have a
talk to your
conversation.
hip?
yeah.
No,
Because
they
they
talk
want to
to
make
you.
sure they're not
Come
lying.
on,
Aaron.
Hip.
They talk.
You're not
to
lying, are you?
They talk to you a lot because it's like it's just an hour of sitting there. It's really weird and uncomfortable. But the physical therapist was telling me that like 2 summers ago when he was like back home at his parents, he and his friends just built a trebuchet in the back field. And I was like, what? And he
Did
took
they
out
storm their neighbors at least.
he took out pictures. They fucking cut trees down. Like
They used
like
actual trees to
bound
make
it with rope. It was actual trees. It was this ginormous trebuchet.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
I know. I didn't believe him at all. And then he takes out his phone and starts swiping for pictures.
The problem with that though is you're gonna get carried away, and you're gonna be like,
And
"This
then
is
the
amazing."
neighbor's house is demolished.
and next thing you know, exactly, and you're gonna be like, and just it's not gonna be good for you.
Does homeowners cover trebuchet?
Trebuchet incidences. That's a hard word to say. Trebuchet.
Trebuchet.
Trebuchet. Isn't it?
Trebuchet.
It's that shay part in there.
Say it faster, 3 times
Trebuchet,
fast.
trebuchet, trebuchet.
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 It's
I thought
French.
it was called a
Can-
trebucket.
Trebuchet. It's French. Can you say any French words?
Throw a bucket.
I can say a lot of French words. Throw me one at me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what. Say that.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Apple.
Well, I don't know how to say it.
He just
a
wants to
poem.
repeat French words.
Amy knows how to speak French. I don't know any of the words. Anyways, let's move on. That's enough banter, Todd. Aaron's getting mad. Okay?
I'm not mad. Why
So
did you
angry. Look
think
at
I'm
his
mad?
attitude right now. Holy shit.
I'm about to get mad.
Yeah. This movie has incredibly bad CGI in ways that sometimes are kind of charming. The fact that I think, you know what? I said nobody cares. I think these Harpy women actresses are kind of going for it in a lot of ways. That was almost so embarrassing. Like,
The one was so serious in her flight.
I wrote down something about the one I think is too offensive to say.
Say it.
I don't see how you can't like that, Chris. That's the kind of shit that you
It
would
is pretty
laugh
fun.
about so much.
When he whips out the shotgun and just starts shooting them down, that's actually pretty fun. Yeah, I like that part.
When one of the Harpies ripped out that dude's eyeballs, like that was pretty sweet.
That was pretty cool too.
The opening of the movie, actually, I was on board for it. It was cheesy and stupid, but it was enough action and immediately happened that I was like, wow, this might actually be kind of fun. It's so sloppy. I love when the Harpies are attacking people and they show you them in the sky going like this, and then it just cuts to whatever they did because they don't actually have any of the shots where action occurs. It's just
I liked when the Harpies attacked the guys on the horses, and they're just swinging their swords up in the air.
Yeah,
the Harpies.
yeah.
They cut to the Harpies, and they cut back to the horses, and then the one guy just like falls off his horse because he got pushed by the wind.
It's not like it's an accident that they didn't have coverage. It's like they're choosing not to get coverage of the fight because that would be too difficult to do. You know what I mean? Why didn't they just have the shot where they CGI her in, green screen her in while a guy's going like this with a sword and a wide shot of him on the horse? You could green screen in a lady in the sky, right?
They tried
They
to green
didn't.
screen and everything else.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. It's so like
They green screened Stephen Baldwin falling off the tower.
No, that was real. He did his own
that.
stunts.
But Stephen Baldwin is a serious actor. He drunkenly fell off the tower by accident, and they had the camera rolling,
Yeah,
so
they had
they're
the
like,
camera.
let's just use
The
it.
camera was rolling.
Just write it
Keep
into the
it.
story.
Oh,
Yeah, so I guess we can get into some of this plot. This opening with Stephen Baldwin angrily coming back to the museum late after they close and threatening to
Jesus.
murder the guy with a pistol is like a really great way of introducing your hero character, right?
Yeah. Makes you really find him charming.
what did he
and-
say? That the bullet could accidentally go through the glass, and then he would just tell the police there was a drive-by or something like that.
Yeah, he threatened.
Yeah.
So
Threatens to shoot his coworker, and say it was a drive-by just to get into the building because he's running late.
And we find that he lost his job as a cop, and his wife's divorcing him.
yes.
So he's
He's
Die
got
Hard.
some
He's Bruce
rage
Willis in Die Hard.
And like I get that if you want to start your main character on such a low level and then have him do an arc of redemption. And I feel like they
Die
thought
Hard
they
3.
I feel like they thought they did that in this, but they definitely didn't.
There's no redemption.
There is no redemption.
Yeah.
Well, I
where
have
do
a
we go from-
nerdy thing.
Okay.
The obelisk that the Harpy egg, I guess, is
Yeah.
what is that sends him back in time. The runes on the outside were totally like Norse runes.
They were
Mhm.
they were Elder Futhark. I recognized them.
And there you go. So, but then they say that they were Mesopotamian.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're definitely not.
I think they said mescalintanian because they were freaking drugged out of their minds when they wrote this.
They were on mescaline.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
when he travels back, he gets into Moldavia.
Which is that a real place?
I think it is, or it was at
Moldavia.
least.
Moldovia.
It's Moldavia. That's the Princess Diaries.
Moldavia.
But
Yeah. Was part of the principality from the 14th century until 1812.
it was down like Yugoslavia, right?
I'm looking.
Somewhere near Greece.
Wait,
But anyway, not Mesopotamia.
An Eastern European country and former Soviet republic.
Yeah. Near Ukraine and Romania. Maybe kind of in between them.
Mm. Yeah. So not Mesopotamia.
The first line in this movie is "Show your face, you dirty pustule of a man."
Oh, it's so good.
That was good. I was on board.
Yes.
I'm with you, Chris. That opening scene set the tone, and they never matched it.
And the other thing that went through my mind was when Stephen Baldwin pulls that handgun out, I was like, is that just his actual handgun? And like, is this B-roll that they used? Because it's unclear, because he definitely seems unhinged.
There was lots of flies flying around, and they caught him shooting at him.
And then, but the thing is, like, he's such an unhinged character. Like, when he starts his like, what is it called? His shift. He's like wandering around the museum, like pulling out the handgun, cocking it, like pointing it at things. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
He's a cop.
I'm a cop, you idiot. If the thing that is original about this movie is the Harpies, right? But even taking like Army of Darkness out, the whole like plugging in something into a crystal and being sent back in time has been done so many times before.
Right.
I thought it was a little weird that they had, like, the crystal seemed to have modes depending on which amulet you plugged into it. Like, if you plugged the one in, it went back in time. If you plugged the other in, it released Harpies. But if you plugged both in, it was something terrible, something else terrible.
It's like goddamn RCA cables, and people could never figure that shit out, even though it's color coded.
There's a point in the movie where the friar is explaining the amulets, and if you have both amulets together, his exact lines were, they do something else.
Oh, no.
The amulet Borean has controls the Harpies. This amulet opens a time portal to the future. Both amulets together, it is foretold, do something else.
Not something
else.
Oh, no, not something else.
You're supposed to show, not tell, right, Chris?
That's true. Do you guys? What was the Amazon? Is it Amazon's? We watched not that long ago. You all hated it, but I liked it, and Todd liked it.
I don't think we all hated it.
We didn't all hate that one.
That was just like so much more effort than something like this, wasn't it? Like this just shows the value in something like that to me over something like this. I don't know what it is, because this clearly has more money and stuff, right?
This had that camera difference, though, that I don't know enough about cameras to know what was different. But you can tell when it's filmed for TV versus filmed for a movie.
You're talking about the frame rate?
Yeah, like the lighting was bad, like the type of camera they used. It's just, it makes it hard to, even if Stephen Baldwin and whoever the girl was were able to act properly and seriously in a scene, it just looks cheesy and campy and chintzy.
They're not shooting for cinema, meaning the shots are all straight on, everything's in focus, and everything is super bright. It's like a TV show. It reminds me of a Xena the Warrior Princess kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like everything is all, it doesn't look like a movie. It looks like a TV show.
I was thinking it's like those shows like Warehouse 13 or like The Librarians, all those kind of like adventure-y shows they used to make. It looks and feels like one of those. Except for Stephen Baldwin's in there like being obscene and drunken.
And that's one of the major differences of like modern television shows you get on HBO and stuff like that, where they're made to look like a movie. They're shot creatively.
Even more mainstream shows nowadays on the major networks are definitely...
These were like, do it as quick as possible, get everybody in frame, let's get this shit. We don't need any extra shots. And if it suffers, like it just doesn't feel cinematic in any way. You know, I came to Harpies expecting cinema, and I didn't get it.
You got Saturday afternoon sci-fi, yeah.
Is it just me, or did the main female lead like stop using her accent a few times in the middle of the movie?
Yes.
Okay. I thought that was weird too.
I noticed it because I was like, wait, didn't she have like, all right, accent? Maybe not. No. And then it would come back.
Yeah. Okay, good. So it's not just me.
You know what I did notice is that somebody's fucking fire thing is ruining the entire podcast right now.
Yeah,
How dare you?
Someone's fucking internet is ruining the entire podcast too. Would you fix your internet, Bill Gates?
Cyborg. Jeez.
Who, me?
Yeah,
yes.
you.
Yeah.
This goddamn kids streaming.
Tell your family to stop streaming shit over there. We're trying to podcast.
Well, this is what I was gonna say. Can you hear me? Okay.
No.
You're all blocky.
You've been blocky.
This looks like a sci-fi channel movie
for
from
like
2007.
5 minutes. For like 5 minutes, you've been blocky.
I'm not blocky anymore.
Yes, your frame rate is like 4 frames per year.
It's faster than that. You're like
Frozen.
you're like a twice baked potato.
It looks like you went back to 1100 AD
Moldavia
to fight harpies and talk on the internet.
Are you using a trebuchet to launch your internet packets?
Hey, the harpies sound like the
We're
AOL
using
sound.
UDP.
I don't appreciate the comments.
Okay.
I thought my protocol joke was pretty good there.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
It was good.
Hashtag nerd stuff.
What I was going to say about these harpies is if I was a harpy and I was...
I'm starting to think you're turning into one.
You're the same resolution as the ones in the movie.
I will leave and come back.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
I am back. Is
Mission
that better?
accomplished.
No, it's not better. Somebody started.
Yes, your
Somebody
internet
started
connection
streaming
sucks,
something
or
at your
somebody's
house.
I have
crushing
gigabit
your
internet.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
It's
so
the
tell
guy who
everyone to
has
get off
you,
your
man.
fucking
I am
Wi-Fi.
not on Wi-Fi.
Huh?
I'm gonna do a speed test. I'm gonna do a speed test live. All right.
No,
it.
now you're really gonna be bad.
Do it.
No, watch
It's
this.
gonna be terrible.
Just do fast.com. That's a
No,
quick one.
you're right. You're right, dude. You're probably fast, and all of us are the slow ones, which is why
Yeah.
we look
We
perfect.
just can't keep up with you.
Just wait. Just wait. All right. This is what you guys fucking get.
I hope it
Speed
disconnects
test.
him.
Look at that.
Yeah.
But check your upload speed, man.
It'll do that next.
Yeah, that's how was those 3 separate sips of beer you had?
What is going on with my upload? Oh, look at my upload speed. It's even faster.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
No.
What?
No, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Oh man. See you later.
Yeesh.
Someone's got to hop into their router and prioritize themselves as number one.
I'm back. Any better?
Yes.
A little bit,
bit.
actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You maybe your Zoom server was in Moldavia.
All right. Well,
Davia?
that was
Oh,
that was
you-
a fun little.
You are on those Korean VPNs, aren't you? It's no wonder.
Ah,
can't
you
get
probably
any-
do.
I'm not on a
Yeah.
VPN. How dare you?
Yeah, the Veeps are all.
All right. Well, we had all the fun. We ran the speed test. You guys are all full of shit. You're just gaslighting me the entire time from my perspective. All right. I left. I
that
came
would
back.
have been so great if we were actually doing that, but it was bad.
Anyways, my point was when they introduced these harpies, they are all flying at an angle where their endowments are like hanging down in the screen the whole time. And I was just thinking,
Endowments?
I'm talking about muscle.
Boobs.
Yes, that's the technical term, I believe. But it just made me think, like, if you're going to be flying around like that all the time, wouldn't you want something that supports? Because that's going to be really bad for your back.
I don't know if I
Didn't give it that much thought.
You didn't think about this? Like, if you're flying around all the time because you're a harpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have big boobs. Like, that's going to hurt your back if you're just letting them dangle in the wind all the time.
See, I thought their angle of flying was weird. They were like more,
Straight on sometimes.
yeah.
You know why?
Vertical.
It's called green screen, and it's cheaper than than like actually hanging them.
What about the shotgun scene where they're flying in the air and they look like, you know, your kids with those like sticker fairies?
They look like
They're just like flat plane. Like
it looked like a cutscene from a video game from
It was-
1996.
it was
Yeah,
pretty bad.
kind of.
Rolling down Rodeo.
What I don't understand is he goes back in time, not to an alternate dimension. So how come we haven't found like the fossils of harpies if those existed? You know what I
He
mean?
burned them all up.
Maybe that's the pterodactyls we're finding are actually just harpies.
But there was all those eggs, Spiv.
He burned them.
Did he burn them?
And he said, "Anyone for some hot wings?"
Oh,
Did
you're
you
right.
even
that
watch
was-
the movie?
Best
I
line
watched-
of the movie.
Spiv, Todd, I watched it, but I wasn't sure if I was having a stroke while I was watching it because I just kept losing interest in this thing. Yeah, the other thing that I thought was interesting was Celestia, who's that main character introduced, Stephen Baldwin's girlfriend or love interest. Her dad sounds like Borat, which
I know. He really does.
Very
It's so
nice.
bad.
Thank you, Chosen One. Thank you, Jason, the Harpy Slayer.
That's
I didn't
nice.
understand
very
the
nice.
accents at all in this movie because every
kept
one of them
shifting,
was
yeah.
different.
Everybody's different. Yeah.
My favorite was Mustache Guy.
Mustache guy.
Who's
Yep.
mustache guy?
Is that the guy with the one eye?
Yeah, he had like the foggy eye.
Yeah, he was
The
pretty good. Yeah.
mustache.
He went out like a true hero at the
Took
end
out
there.
2 harpies in the fire.
3 harpies.
3
Oh.
harpies in the fire.
3 harpies in the fire. 3 in the bush. It's worth 4 in the candles, or whatever that saying is. I don't know. They end up building a. I'm not going to go through the plot of this movie because it really doesn't deserve.
We already
going through.
talked about the trebuchet.
Yeah,
Yeah, we talked about
but
that. There was some parallels there to some like Monty Python with the people on the castle like waving their swords and being goofy.
I was
But
hoping
they
they
were-
would launch a cow out at them.
I know.
I was mostly wondering how those completely spherical rocks came to be that they found. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you couldn't just find a big rock. Like, why would you have these plastic rocks? So low effort.
They were completely spherical.
Chris, if they put a real rock in that trebuchet, it would have fallen apart.
Yeah.
That's true. When did he even draw the trebuchet? It's just at one moment he's like, guys, can we make this? And he had this picture of a trebuchet. Like, what did you use to draw that with?
I saw it
Charcoal.
I saw it on PBS one time.
I won't lie. 42 minutes into this movie, I wrote down, I think we're near the end.
Yep, me
And
too.
then
I
I-
checked the time.
And then I checked the time, like, we're only halfway. And then I thought about going out into the garage and ending this whole charade that I call my life. Because it feels like it's climaxing. And I was like, yes, climax. But it didn't.
Nope.
It just keeps going.
Yep, then we introduced the cave and the bumbling king. I think the secret entrance is over there behind the bushes.
Oh,
And
nope.
It's like so many times people say lines wrong where it's like, wait, you meant to say he, or you meant to say, like, it's just stupid little things where, like, on a normal set you'd be like, cut, hold on, you gotta redo it. The performance was fine, but the line was a little bit wrong because it doesn't make sense. And they just left the shit in.
Four people are gonna watch it on Sci-Fi, so they probably don't care much.
Yeah, I think it's like the Sharktopus and all that other crap. It's just it's meant to be.
Sharknado gets a lot of views though.
Sharknado is fantastic.
But
I've
Aaron,
not seen it.
You say that. Okay, say they spent $500,000 on this movie, right?
Right. I'm not saying there's not better ways to spend that money.
Yeah, you could give a passionate filmmaker $500,000, they can make a really good movie. That's what I don't understand. Like, if you tell me I can make a movie that's going to be on Sci-Fi Channel, I'd be fucking pumped and try and do best as I can, because what that means to me is there's already a built-in audience. It might be small, but it's better than not having any audience and trying to get one to watch your movie, right? And to put out
Agreed.
such low-effort bullshit makes no sense to me.
I agree with you completely. I do also see Todd's side of it though. If you're taking it for what it is, a cheap, crappy sci-fi movie, like, it is kind of silly and it's sometimes kind of fun.
Yeah, but then you'd look at it, Sharknado, and it's always silly and always fun. I mean, he chops his way out of the shark at the end with a chainsaw. I mean, this movie had nothing approaching that silliness.
That's a question then. Is this movie supposed to be serious?
Nah.
No. They had like the "Don't fondle my underwear" line, and I mean, they were trying.
So it's supposed to be a intentionally bad movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
it failed miserably.
The Harpies stand on like these fucking end tables when they go to the cave, and I'm like, do you just take those end tables with you where you go? Like, what?
You just have to be ready to perch.
Ready to perch?
I like Scott's moves. They're basically like tweakers. They're like methed out tweakers with some wings.
But they gave the best performances.
Hookers.
Stephen Baldwin's hookers.
Okay. I mean,
That's a
there is
movie I
that.
want to see.
There is that man on Harpy scene where he's got the belt around her neck and it's like he's behind her.
Oh,
I wasn't
David
sure if that
Carradine?
was a David Carradine thing. I think was going on there. I'm not
I
sure.
don't remember that scene.
like getting into even more of the production, all the props look so cheap, so bad. You have transitions that rival the best George Lucas transition. It's like one time we're going in a circle like Animaniac,
Whoa.
like yeah. The other time we're just. What's even worse is sometimes they be on the same shot and then it would just cut, like it would be like not a jump cut. They would like fade into like the same conversation, but it's just
That
a
was
different
really
like,
weird,
continue
right?
on because the performance was bad or something, and they didn't have enough coverage to cut to a different angle.
I think they didn't have like 2 cameras rolling, so they couldn't.
I think they spent
bounce
like
back.
1 day filming this.
It must be something like that, right? I just wish I had something positive to say. I just don't. I'm depressed.
Yeah, Debbie Downer, way to go. How's that feel?
And Aaron, I gotta say, I'd rather listen to your fire thing go off randomly than watch this movie again. Let's move on, unless anyone else has anything to say, because I feel like no one has a goddamn thing to say except for me.
We hit all my items. There was 2. There's just nothing to talk about.
I think it was her line. At one point, she called him a skeevious, dog-hearted pig nut.
That was great. Now go away, or I shall taunt you a second time. Yeah, she had some funny lines about him, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's missing some heart.
That, Aaron, what the fuck, Aaron?
Beep. What do you want me to do about it?
I want you to take care of it. You're ruining the professional show we're putting on right now. This is a professional show, Aaron, and you were ruining it.
You did a goddamn speed test. Because it sounded like you were underwater.
I proved I was right the whole time.
No, that
doesn't information
mean...
validated everything. The votes were fraud, just like the speed test.
Oh, God.
I don't hear any fire alarm. What are you guys? What are you talking about,
They
Chris?
stole the podcast. Anyways, let's move on. Does anyone have any alternate titles?
Harpies of Darkness.
Yep.
And Acting of Badness.
Aaron, it is getting even more and more frequent.
What do you...
Get
Aaron,
up and do something
you're
about
supposed
it.
to
Hold on.
change the batteries.
I'll be right back.
They all have a silent mode. You could just silence it for 8 hours.
8 hours?
Then
What, you can
hope for
silence?
no fires.
Mine
silence?
silences for 20 minutes. I don't know what kind you have.
How do you silence it? By pushing in the button?
So you can silence the low battery beep for 8 hours, and then it'll come back on.
Oh, okay.
It's for
Or
when it
you
happens.
change the battery.
If
Thank
I
you.
forget to change this
Well,
battery
I'm not
and my
gonna do
family
it.
burns in a fire, it's all your fault.
I'm not going to do it in the middle of the night. That's the idea of the silence. They're hardwired, so it'll still work as a fire alarm. It just won't beep the low battery thing in the middle of the night if you
They're
hit
hardwire.
silence.
How are they low battery?
Because battery backup.
Oh, battery backup. Okay. All right, Aaron, let's hear your alternate titles.
Stan Lee's Raging Harpies. Night at the Budget Museum. Donald Duck presents Hocus Pocus.
Hey, don't bring Hocus Pocus into this.
Bruce Cramhole saves the day.
I just watched Hocus Pocus. Still a good
is
movie.
Solid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ash versus the Sci-Fi Channel. Harpin' While Fartin', the story of Dilly Baldwin. and the Derp Herp.
Anybody else have any?
The derp herp.
Okay. All right.
We gotta stop doing this.
Army of Dorkness.
There you go.
Army of Fartness. Army of Drunkness. Drunk Cop.
Hey, it is a cop movie.
Yeah.
Ass versus the Evil Sobriety. Bloated. The movie.
Bloated.
Functional Alcoholic.
It's a little bit of a
Slightly.
stretch.
The Drunk and the Talentless. Stephen Baldwin got harpies. From Boozer to Loser. And Knights of the Sad Fable.
I like that. That's good. That's
Thank
good.
you. Paul sent in his. Let's read his. Stephen Baldwin is Bruce Campbell as Ash Hole in Army of Darkness. Wigs and Wings. Biggest Dickus. Battle for the National Park. The men all suck and the women aren't empowered enough to run the movie on their own. Beastmaster 2, Port Through the Portal of Time.
Oh.
Evil Dud 3, Harpy of Darkness.
That's pretty good.
Stephen Baldwin is unappealing in every way as an idiot in The Reluctant Policeman. I hate to harp on this, but Stephen Baldwin is the worst Bruce Campbell ever.
Yeah. He has none of the charisma.
No. God, how is he even an actor? Like, he has no... what is Stephen Baldwin in that he's good?
Usual Suspects. He plays a moron.
You're right. He is in The Usual Suspects. And Biodome. He was fine in those movies.
And Biodome. He plays a moron.
It's fantastic, too. Pauly Shore.
Yeah, I like... Man. Anyways. All right. Any hypotheticals? None. You guys suck this episode. You guys, every one of you suck. No energy. Aaron's so mad.
If you had to get sucked into a time portal, what time would you go back to?
What time would I go back to?
Yes.
1986.
Why?
To witness your own conception or what?
That is
birth?
You're doing it right there,
nipple,
Dr.
man.
Spiv. You're doing it right, Dr.
I was 4 years old. What are you talking about?
It's like Terminator 7. He goes back in time to stop himself from being created.
Going back to slap your dad in the ass or something. I do think you're right, though, to like go back to a time that's reasonably close where you can understand everything and you can like really rig the system. Be like, Facebook, it's mine. I made it.com. You know, that kind of thing. Get really
Wasn't that one of the premises of Hot Tub Time Machine or something? Thinking that was in there.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't remember.
Was it Facebook? Or was it MySpace?
Something like that.
Yeah.
My face.
I mean, I want to go back and see dinosaurs. But then that doesn't really...
eaten.
Yeah,
what are the chances of survival?
What'd you say, Rebecca?
What are the chances of survival?
Well, I just want to kind of peek through and be like, oh shit, look
So
at that
it's
fucking
like
dinosaur, and peek back.
Like
Down
you
to
just
thunder.
step out of a door, oh look at that, and then step back in and you're done.
Yeah, there was a very short-lived TV series where the future was like, and civilization was ending, and they created time travel, and they traveled back to when dinosaurs existed to restart humanity, which is kind of cool, right? In concept.
Why would you pick then?
The
I
environment
don't
would suck for
fucking
humans.
know.
It'd be hot and super oxygenated, depending on when.
You just
Giant
say,
insects.
You sound like Stephen Baldwin.
Well, at least I'm actually drinking right now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see the world when like it just feels completely different and alien, and you see these big creatures. Like that'd be mind blowing.
You know how many years there were dinosaurs?
Yeah, like hundred millions, right? 300 million or something like that.
Like the T-Rex is closer in time to the iPad than it is to the Stegosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
That's so insane. And humans are not going to be alive nearly that long because we're so smart.
Half
We're
of us
so
are like
smart. We've created
Billy
ways to
Baldwin
completely destroy
Stephen
ourselves.
Baldwin. That's because there's so many goddamn Baldwins. They're just ruining the world.
Goddamn Baldwins everywhere. I don't know how many Baldwins there are. If you took my family hostage and said, I'm going to blow your family away, if you can name which Baldwin this is, I'd be like, might as well just start blowing them away because I can't fucking name these fuckers for the life of me.
There's
maybe Alex and Alec I can name because the one guy was in Fair Game with, what's her face? Cindy Crawford.
Is there a David Baldwin?
There's a Billy Baldwin. There's a Stephen Baldwin. There's an Alec
Adam,
Baldwin. There's
James,
an Adam Baldwin.
Alec.
There's an Alec.
Howard. Peter.
Howard D. Baldwin IV. There's a
I hope
Johnny
this
Baldwin.
isn't the quiz.
There's a Baldy Baldwin.
Oh, there's that other Baldwin who's not related to the Baldwins.
Bless you.
He got on Firefly and stuff.
There's a Stephen Dorff, and he's not even anywhere related.
He's practically a Baldwin.
But they like, yeah. I feel like it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Do we have a game, Rebecca?
We do.
All right, cool. Let me just look for the bumper. There it is.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of compliment, right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly questionable. Shall we play?
All right. So I needed help coming up with one, a topic for this one. So Todd recommended mythical creatures. So that is what we are doing. Who would like to give the final answers?
Chris, you're a pretty mythical creature. Why don't you give some answers?
It's true. My phone vibrated. I'm ready. I can give them the answers.
Okay.
Your phone vibrated. Why don't you put it on silent for the podcast, Hollywood?
That's why it vibrated.
Number 1, what is the goal of a dib book? A, to complete unfinished business. B, to reap as many souls as possible. Or C, to open the gates of hell.
I feel like I've heard this before. Dybbuk. I want to say souls.
Put down the book.
Yeah, I think it was in a movie.
I've never heard of that one before.
It sounds very familiar, but I can't quite place where I've heard that. I'm saying souls. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Souls are
How do
cool.
you spell it?
Dybbuk. It's Jewish origin.
Dybbuk.
Oh. That doesn't change my opinion. Dybbuk. Souls.
Yeah, I think then it didn't change your opinion. That was what you said the first time. Yeah, no, I'll say souls.
They are to complete unfinished business. So they are dead souls that take over a human host and do what they need to do and then leave it. Number 2.
The book.
The scent of plumeria means this creature is nearby. Is it A, the chimera, B, the Pontianak, or C, fawns?
Pontiac?
Yeah, let's let it guess.
Pontianak.
Mel.
What was the third one?
Fawn.
What's the scent of what?
Plumeria.
We're gonna rock this quiz.
Yeah, this is really difficult. I don't know what plumeria is, so.
It was
like a medication.
pretty common scent that Bath and Body Works used in like 1998 through 2000 something.
Okay, I don't think I've ever been in a Bath and Body
It's
Works.
like a flowery.
I'm just uncomfortable with the works aspect of that thing. I feel like I'm missing out on something.
You're fine. You're fine with the Bath and Body.
Hi, I'm
though?
here for the Body Works.
I'm here.
Stop hitting on me.
I'm here for the bath. I'm here for the body. I'm here for the works. I'm going with the Pontiac, right? Because
No,
you know,
I think it's a fawn. If the scent is plumeria, I think it's a fawn.
All right, Aaron, do you have any
Fuck if I know. This is like the least. This is a subject I'm least knowledgeable on. I have no idea. Fawn sounds good.
Well, at least you're trying. Fawn.
Should have gone with Chris. It was the Pontianak.
Goddamn Pontiacs.
I had one, a Grand Am. Grand Prix? I had a Grand Prix.
The Pontianak are souls of women who died while pregnant, and they look like the girl from The Ring.
That's
Amara.
creepy as hell.
So you just smell like this flowery smell, and they're there.
To do
That's
what?
pretty metal.
I'm not interested in that at all.
What do they come
Todd
for?
is not Googling Pontianak.
No.
All right, I'm going to Google it.
Number 3, a basilisk, which is a rooster serpent hybrid, is said to have the power to do what? A, turn silver into gold, B, resurrect itself, or C, travel through time.
Silver to gold.
A rooster snake?
Rooster snake, yeah.
The basilisk. It's from
That was
Harry Potter.
It was in Chamber of Secrets.
Right. I'm thinking the second one, resurrect itself.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I could see that.
It was a basilisk in Harry Potter too, but I don't remember if it had any abilities beyond
That's
just being a big
assuming
snake.
that J.K. Rowling.
How fucking dare you say that Harry Potter is not 100% scientifically accurate? How fucking dare you sit here and make accusations like that? Okay?
I think she just pulled
All right,
it out
fine.
of the air.
Deduct 3 points from Hiffledor. Whatever.
So what are you going with?
Damn it.
Mr. Potter.
What the hell is that?
Harry Potter.
That was awesome, Todd. I like that.
When we said invisibility cloak, that what we said?
Silver and gold.
No, we
Silver
said
and gold resurrect itself or
said
travel
resurrection.
through time.
We said resurrection.
Resurrection.
It was silver and gold.
God damn it!
Which,
That's
like,
what I said.
I don't
I
really
thought that's
see how much of a power that is because you still have to have gold
Silver
or have
or
silver in order to turn it into gold.
Unless it counts as like if I Sharpie in something with like a silver. It's silver technically.
Number 4, a Mesopotamian Akrabuamelu is said to be a man mixed with a what? Is it A, spider,
melon.
B, lizard, or C, scorpion?
Speaking of Mesopotamian times, I would infer that it is a. I don't remember what you said.
I'm going
Spider,
man scorpion.
lizard, or scorpion?
And scorpion sounds metal.
Mesopotamia, Greek, right?
Iraqi.
What do you guys think?
The Fertile Crescent.
I don't think it's a spider.
Scorpion.
Scorpion for sure.
Scorpion?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
thinking scorpion.
We're thinking scorpions.
It is a scorpion. So they live in the desert and protect the sun god's house.
Nice.
So they're like the torso of a scorpion and the head of a man.
Oh, it's like The Rock in that movie. Scorpion.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
It was actually called Mahuda Watson Moodle Man.
Akrabuamalu.
Yes, that.
Number 5. What did the Japanese use to ward off the red-faced Oni creature? Is it A, ashes, B, rose petals, or C, dried beans?
Dried beans.
Really?
That sounds Japanese. I'm between that and ashes.
I've had ice cream, Japanese ice cream with beans in it, and it was disgusting.
That sounds gross.
Red bean ice
But did it keep the red Oni away?
The Oni was nowhere to be found. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Yeah,
Now I
dried
want
beans.
some ramen. Beans. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the less the Oni toots.
It is dried beans. So you like scatter them around
Nice.
during the spring festival and then they won't come get you. What is the job of the domovoi? Is it A, to protect a family, B, to guard livestock, or C, to watch over children?
Those are all creepy.
To guard livestock.
Yeah, I feel like you can always have more children, but the livestock you need. Right? Like, this is yesteryear, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't relevant to nowadays.
Yeah, children have much less value. You just pop
Yeah.
out more of them.
You're like, yeah. We could shoot. Yeah. I'm
That's
with
the sound
Todd.
that works.
Livestock.
It was to protect a family. They live by the stove, like the corner of the stove, and you have to give them food to keep them happy or they'll leave.
Mm.
You got to give them milk and snack.
It's like the hobos.
Last one. The Blemier are creatures which are men who lack what? Is it A, arms, B, legs, or C, heads?
Blemier.
Blemier.
Arms.
I'm thinking arms. No, that would be. It would be weird, but it wouldn't be like.
Nah, I think heads are scary.
Yeah, I feel like it would be heads, right?
Right? Yeah.
That's the obvious choice, though.
It's a Blemier.
I'm sticking with arms.
I'd say heads.
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 I think
We're
it's
going-
heads, but that
we're
does
going
seem a
heads.
little bit too easy.
We're going heads.
It is heads. Their faces are on their upper torsos. You
That's
should Google that
creepy.
one because they're pretty crazy looking.
They're Quatos? Blemier.
It's BLEMMYAE.
Is that like from Serious Sam?
All right. I
Yeah.
did. Oh, yeah. It's exactly Serious Sam. I did look up Pontiac and it just came up with Pontiac shit. So, but yes, this is 100% Serious Sam, Spiv. You're right. Yeah, there's even ones where it has their pubic regions, but they have no weenus. It's just hair.
How do you
Very
spell it?
interesting.
BLEMMYAE.
Oh, I see them.
She just looks like a superhero.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
This is actually kind of cool. They're more happy. They're not creepy. They're kind of happy. But anyways, we can move on.
I put the spelling of Pontianak in the chat so you can.
Oh, I had it way wrong. Oh my God, it's Samara from The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so you guys got 3 right and 4 wrong. So the Pontianak will be coming to visit you tonight.
Sounds fair.
Grand Dam.
That's hot.
All right, cool. Thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah.
You are listening to the Bad Movie Night podcast. Do you have a recommendation? A question? Do you want to talk about bad movies? Then join us over at our subreddit. Just search for Bad Movie Night on Reddit and join our community. Now, back to the show.
All righty. Todd, would you recommend Harpies?
I am going to recommend it. It's free on Tubi, free on Amazon Prime. I would definitely watch it with friends. Seems a lot longer than it is, but this is why we're here. This is so stupid that it's good enough to recommend.
You'll recommend this, but not Vampire Cop.
Easily.
This is way better than Vampire Cop.
Get the shit out of ass. How dare you?
This movie
Are you
had
fucking
no
kidding me?
bathtubs.
No bathtubs. That end sequence of Vampire... You know what? Fuck you guys. We're doing Vampire Cop again. Vampire Cop Red. Aaron, would you recommend Harpies?
No, but if you like Sci-Fi Channel schlock, you might want to check it out. Like Todd said, it's free.
Spiv.
A solid no. It was trying to be a good bad movie, but it failed.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't think I can. It's too bad.
This movie...
It's too bad.
This movie has the ability to be something entertaining, meaning they have a crew, probably a full production crew, real cameras. Stephen Baldwin, not a good actor, but a named one.
It's a Baldwin.
It's a Baldwin.
It's worth something.
This is the thing. You guys say Vampire Cop is terrible, but Vampire Cop had nothing and they made something. And that is commendable.
They made something.
And they had some cool things in that movie, regardless of what you fuckers say. This movie had the ability to kind of make whatever they wanted. Sure, they can't make Lord of the Rings or whatever, but in some ways, they can make something entertaining. Instead, they squandered it all in probably like fucking sitting around eating pizza or some shit instead of actually making a movie. This is a sham. This whole thing was a sham. And I'm upset about it. Yeah, I really, it's such wasted potential. That's all I'm saying. It's frustrating. I didn't enjoy it. I was annoyed by the end and disappointed. I do agree with Todd in some respect. If I was sitting around with a bunch of friends drinking, it's kind of fun in some ways. But outside of that, it was just aggravating. So I would not recommend Harpies. Or Herpes. Not that I've ever had it.
It burns.
But I assume it's probably not good either. But probably better than this movie.
Oh, we got a new Patreon thing, Chris. You're going to expose you to both, and then you can compare and contrast them.
I'm willing to try anything once. All right, let's move on for emails.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
Last week, we watched The Blood of Heroes. Got some feedback from our listeners. Sasui, the timekeeping system was needlessly arbitrary. There's one resource that every thirsty wasteland has in abundance. It is sand.
Yes.
Touche.
It's a good point. That is a good point.
That is a good point. Yeah, why wouldn't they do that?
Well, you pick the rocks up from the sand.
But they have to be the right size rocks. Very small rocks. that many ellipses, the trailer quote could just as well have been made by King Solomon or Sherlock Holmes and be equally as valid. And somehow the most misleading part was still the Scooby-Doo running sound effects implying fast-paced action.
What?
Their feet spinning thing.
I don't remember those either.
No, but it sounds like it fits.
Yeah.
Wait, who said this?
Sasui.
Sasui. He's so old he probably couldn't hear it right.
Huh? Huh? He has some alternate titles. Mad Max, Quidditch Load.
If you use the word load in any alternate title, I will immediately laugh.
Yeah, there's certain things that Chris and I will not say for alternate titles, right, Chris?
I don't know. Might start introducing load more often.
I think we're going to have to. Time to step up our game a little bit.
The longest moose knuckle, since we're just making
Jesus
up units of measurement.
Christ.
Oh, this is getting dirty.
The replaceables and Super Dust Bowl.
Mm.
It'd be Tecmo Super Dust Bowl.
Oh, man.
Ready, down. Hut. No.
Drop back, throw that Hail Mary every time.
You guys are fucking old.
We go 100 yards.
You guys are fucking old.
Played that game a lot. Charles Band III Esquire. If there was a new sport someone invented, which of these three would you watch?
Oh,
okay.
Number 1, topless female boxing.
Yes.
That would be painful.
What are you fucking talking about? It's probably in Russia, so yeah.
I was
True,
thinking.
you did watch the ass slapping.
Dude, that Russian ass slapping.
See, now that's a sport I can get behind.
Engrossing in a way.
I see what you did there, Aaron. Number 2.
I got you. Good, Aaron.
Yeah. Number 2, pigskin. It's like football, but there are no rules. Just get the ball to the opposing side by any means possible, such as killing the other team.
You say pig slaw?
Pigskin.
No, I don't want to see
It's
actual
essentially
murder. Like
the juggers sport there.
Would
but
you
with-
actually want to see like real murder? That's
Maybe.
why I don't like UFC and shit. I don't want to see people actually get punched in
getting
the face.
yeah.
Yeah, I know that doesn't do it for me. You get some people topless, then we're talking. All right, then we're talking.
Well, they're
It's
also
topless
beating each other up while they're
boxing.
topless.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3, dog collar basketball,
Okay.
in which all teams have to wear a dog collar linked to an explosive device, and they have to shoot or pass the ball in less than 5 seconds before their head explodes.
All right, that's the Running Man, and I'm totally on board. That is awful, but that could actually be kind of entertaining. In like a movie, I would like to see that in a movie, not in real life.
So which of the 3, Chris?
Russian ass slapping, topless ass slapping, what it's called.
Answer number 4, okay.
I mean, that's such the easy. Like, why would you want to see real murder when you could see topless people running around for fun?
All right.
Like, I want to see.
What about topless murder?
Like, I would watch basketball if it was people naked, just because people are naked. That's funny. It could just be all men. I would still watch because it'd be funny. I'd be like, look at them.
Do you watch that dating show where they're all naked?
There's a dating show where
It's
they're
not-
all naked.
It's
What's
not
that called?
dating. It's Naked and Afraid.
Oh no, there's a dating show where they're all
Oh.
they're all in the dark, so they
This
can't
must
see
be
each other.
British. Is it British?
I think it is.
They're in
Yeah.
the dark.
British people have naked people. America, we're too.
We can't show naked people on
can't
TV. We can just show heads exploding.
We could show everything else, but naked people, that's too far.
Russian ass slapping in the dark. And they have to dip their hand in like glow in the dark paint.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Aaron, you're onto something.
I'm onto something there.
Hopping over to our YouTubes. Yeah. Jose Gutierrez. I think Todd fell asleep in the beginning of Aaron's history hole.
Always.
Todd
Todd's been
falls asleep all the time.
I've been listening to old podcasts. Todd's been going downhill for the last 6 months.
You put Todd in a nice warm hole and he just out like a light.
His attention and interest has been waning like this.
Throughout the podcast.
Yeah.
So, I think I can agree.
That's what waning looks like.
That's what the wane.
So is it waning or waxing?
It's waxing and waning at the same time. It's just he's disinterested. His heart's not in it, I feel, anymore. He's not angry like Aaron. He's just quiet.
I'm not angry. You'd know if I was angry.
Oh, you'll know. Floydster23 says Salute of the Jugger is about 10 minutes longer and has a more badass ending.
I want to see that.
I want to see that for sure.
I
Where
want to
can
know
we
what
find
the
that?
ending was, yeah.
More
It definitely
badass,
felt
Biv. He
rushed.
said.
More badass, but the movie was terrible.
No, it
Does it
wasn't.
make up for the movie?
Get out of here.
It was
okay,
not
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's a perfect. Compare this movie this week to that movie. Don't
I
even.
didn't like fall asleep during this one.
Come on, Spiv.
But I did not like Blood of Heroes at all. Let's see. Paul Lilienthal says the Blood of Heroes was world building the movie. They forgot to put a story into all this world building.
That's fair.
Breathe there.
That's fair.
There's very little decision making. The only dilemma ever is, should we keep going? And that never receives a good enough counteroffer to be a real dilemma.
I still don't think that's what they wanted the movie to be, though.
So it's parallel of marriage.
I think it was intentional. Wow.
It's Mad Max football Hunger Games.
Yeah, but PETA's not in it to make himself look like a rock.
He could make himself look like the dog skull.
True.
And Ian the Kiltmaker.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Whisper.
What?
What do you say?
That's all he said. Whisper.
What does that mean? Why did he say that?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Wait, what? About what?
He just said whisper.
Going back, Paul also has a comment about Trick or Treat. Going back 2
Ooh.
weeks. He says, no one mentioned that the band for most of Trick or Treat, Fastway, features a random accentless Dave King from Flogging Molly on vocals.
Don't care.
Yeah, I'm not responding to this until the show.
Sorry, Paul.
Controversial thought. All Flogging Molly songs sound the same, and I really don't give a shit.
I'd rather
mean,
hear
it's
like
fine.
real Irish bands.
Like there's like one dude who's actually Irish in Flogging Molly, and I'm like, whatever. It doesn't feel authentic to me. Maybe it is. It just doesn't. It seems like they're like attempting to sound like an Irish, like a bunch of Americans attempting to sound like an Irish band. Am I wrong?
Wow.
Speaking of Flogging Molly's, Dropkick Murphys are going to be at Vakken. That's it for our reader feedback this week. If you'd like to read a comment, if you'd like to read a comment, you can go right ahead. If you'd like me to read your comments on the air, if this is air, broadcasting onto a tape, not a tape.
Hey, Spiv, hosting isn't easy, is it?
Hey, I had a radio show in college. Anyways, yeah, so if you'd like me to read your comment on air, leave a comment on our YouTube or our subreddit. Search for Bad Movie Night, you'll find it.
Yeah. And do that. And you know what, guys? I am angry. I am fired up. I was super pumped to possibly do a bonus episode about Evanescence. And you know how many fucking iTunes reviews we got?
0.
Really? I guess they don't want to hear about it.
Don't appreciate Amy Lee.
They don't appreciate art, is what it is.
Do Hailstorm next. I bet if you do Hailstorm, we'll get so many.
I'll do Hailstorm. I am completely uninitiated in the storm of hail. And if you guys do leave 3 positive iTunes reviews with your favorite Hailstorm songs, we will do a bonus episode all about Hailstorm and rank their songs.
From shitty to shittier.
No, you don't know that.
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, open your mind.
Yeah.
They could be great. They could be good.
What have I been missing all my life?
Hailstorm. I've been missing Hailstorm my entire life. Yeah, probably not. But you know what? I'm willing to give it a shot. That's what I'll say. All right, cool. No one's interested. Todd's clicking away, playing chess online. Aaron's looking at something else. Rebecca's still kind of with me.
EL score
and
is off the charts.
Spiv's here. All right, cool. This is about where we're at with this podcast. Let's move on, guys. That's going to do it for Harpies. Next week, we're watching a movie with a very evocative title, one that is super original and fits in well with movies we've recently been watching. We're checking out the 1997 action movie, Maximum Revenge. Oh my God. Check out that trailer.
Get her! Whatever you're gonna do, you better do it now.
The lives of millions at stake.
as the countdown to Armageddon begins.
God damn, that looks amazing.
There's so many people falling over stuff or through stuff.
There's one frame in that that's not at least interesting in some way.
Yeah, that looks fun. It's probably going to be awful, but man, that looks fun.
But that was all the interesting stuff in the entire movie, right there.
We will find out, yeah.
Maximum.
If you're going to do something, do it now.
I don't know what the movie's about. I mean, the name is Maximum Revenge, so it's got to be great, right? Every frame in that was either kick punching or throwing somebody off something, and then it looked like maybe lovemaking too. So like everything I like in a movie, possibly.
At the same time.
Maximum Revenge. And I'm pretty sure they showed a guy get thrown off a ledge, the same guy, like 4 times, but it still worked for me every time.
The main character's name is Mace Richter.
Nice.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Is he off the Richter scale?
Richter.
Oh.
I see you at the party, Richter. I was looking for action movies. I was like,
Fugitive Rage.
I almost made the executive decision to do this Gregory Peck like Terminator ripoff movie, like Eve of Destruction or something. I think from the early '90s. It looked really fucking good too. But then I stumbled upon Maximum Revenge. I was like, you sold me with that generic name.
God damn, those 2 title names.
Such a generic name. I'm on board for it. Maximum Revenge. It's on Tubi. No reason not to check that out.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped. I didn't recognize any of the kick punchers in this movie, but maybe we'll find a new one. It'll be a great time. The 1997 movie Maximum Revenge, I almost said Rage because why not, is what we're checking out next week. That's going to do it for Harpies. If you like what you heard, go to iTunes, leave us a review, let us know your favorite Hailstorm song so we can do a bonus podcast on that. If not, then just write something. I don't know, write something. And then go to patreon.com/badmovienightshow. Sign up for $1 or $2. Get access to all the bonus podcasts and hang out with us live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we chit-chat all about stuff. We talked about so many things this past week. Can't even keep it all straight because I don't remember any of it. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. So we hope you enjoyed listening, and we will catch you here next time. Goodbye.
Bad Movie Night Podcast. Podcast. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night.